Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Denise. Today we're going to talk about this notion or idea that your circumstances or even your thoughts and feelings about your circumstances are keeping you from fulfillment. This can seem very real, right? I understand. I've held this perspective myself where it was sort of like this idea of, well, how am I supposed to be it or assume it when I can't see it? I need the reflection to give me permission to feel loved. I need the reflection to give me permission to feel abundant. And while I do understand that, I want to point this out to you in a way that's going to have you realize that you're there's only fulfillment. There is no lack, right? So when you look at your 3D circumstances and they're undesirable, they're the opposite of what you want, and then you're compounding it by having these thoughts and feelings about it, and then you're telling yourself that because of these thoughts, feelings, because of these circumstances, you can't be fulfilled. It's not the circumstances that are in the way. They don't need to be overcome. They don't need to be changed. They don't need to be moved out of the way. It's not even the thoughts and feelings that are in the way. It's that because of these circumstances, these thoughts and feelings, you're now allowing to declare that you are something that seems to be unfulfilled, right? Because of this, I'm not enough. Because of this, I'm failing. Because of this, I'm not loved. Because of this, I'm not in a relationship. Because of this, I'm struggling with money. And I want you to recognize that as you continue to allow these circumstances, these thoughts, these feelings, these manifestations of who you say you are, that's all it is. They're manifestations of who I am is saying I am is. And if you persist in allowing these manifestations to further conclude who you are, then you're going to see the fulfillment of who you are, right? And now it's not true that this is who you are, but it's who you say you are. Your everything you state, your complete I amness is always fulfilled entirely. It's always fulfilled instantly and entirely. That's how worthy and deserving and powerful and whatever loved you actually are. You're so loved, you're so worthy, you're so deserving that when you say, I am not enough, that is fulfilled entirely. And you get to have the experience of, I am not enough. It's not truth, but it can be a real experience that you're having because of who you're saying you are. So, this is why I really want you guys to start pulling your attention away from this reflection of circumstances, thoughts, feelings, emotions. None of that stuff actually manifests. None of that stuff actually matters. None of that stuff needs to be changed or moved. And, if you've subscribed to the idea that your thoughts create, it's complete and utter nonsense. Your thoughts do not create. If your thoughts create were truth, then all of your thoughts would always create, right? If that's how creation worked, if your thoughts, and again, you're not creating, but for the sake of this conversation, that's the word I'm using, but you're pulling from what already exists and is already available. You're selecting, you're choosing, right? It's all done. Creation's finished. It all exists now simultaneously. But, you're creating as your experience is how we're talking about it right now. So if your thoughts created, they would always create. It would be law. It would be definitive. You can't say your thoughts create and then turn around and say, well, but not all of them and only some of them. We don't really know why, but also change all your thoughts. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. Your thoughts do not create. They are powerless. The only way you can create the experience or illusion or appearance of your thoughts creating is if, because of your thoughts, or you're looking at your thoughts and then you're further stating I am, right? You're having negative thoughts and then you're saying, oh, now I'm not going to get what I want because I've had negative thoughts for 5 hours. Now I'm not going to get what I want because this is going to manifest. This negative thought is going to get in the way. It's never about the thoughts. The thoughts are a manifestation. Nothing in the manifestation can further manifest. Okay? Nothing that the creator has created can further create. Like, it comes from source. Creation, or your experience that you're creating, the experience you're manifesting, the 3D reality you're experiencing comes from you. It comes from source. It comes from I am. It's the I amness. It doesn't come from the thoughts that the creation is having. That's impossible. So don't worry about flipping all your thoughts. Don't worry about, having a perfect mental diet. Don't worry about feeling better all the time. Don't worry about changing your circumstances or changing your self concept. All of that stuff is keeping you busy in the reflection. It's pulling you away from source, and it's got you wrapped up in the reflection. It is trying to change 3D, right? Even trying to change your thoughts is taking action in it's efforting in the 3D, because the thoughts are a part of the 3D. Do you see what I'm saying? Your thoughts are the 3D. So there's nothing you need to do with them other than assume your desired I amness. Drop them. They're fine. Let them be. If your thoughts created, can you imagine how chaotic and wild your experience would be if it were true that your thoughts create? That's garbage. It's not true. It's couldn't be farther from the truth, right? Stop giving your thoughts power. Stop assuming that they're creating for you. Stop assuming that you have to rein in your 70,000 thoughts a day so that you don't create adverse circumstances. They're all the same. Thoughts, circumstances, feelings. It's all part of the manifestation. It's all part of what you as source have declared yourself to be and then are experiencing. So go back to source. Go back to source and declare your I amness. Even with these thoughts, I am fulfilled. Even with these circumstances, I am fulfilled. These things aren't in the way. Your thoughts, your feelings, your circumstances, they're the evidence of your fulfillment, because you've been saying, I am rejected. I am struggling with money. I am feeling bad in my body. I am dissatisfied with my career. You've been saying that, and therefore, because you're so powerful as source, that which you say is delivered to you in full, in entirety. There's no lack there. It's just the abundance of what you say you are is being delivered to you for you to experience in 3D reality. So recognize that, first of all. Quit trying to change your circumstances and recognize that these circumstances, even though they're undesirable, they are the fulfillment of who you've been saying you are. You're so worthy, you're so deserving, you're so loved, you're so powerful that whatever you say I am is will be fulfilled. You have the choice to start saying your preferred I amness. It's as simple as that. But if you keep busying yourself and putting your awareness and your attention over here in the reflection, how can you be stating who I am is, right? You can't. You're wrapped up out here in 3D. You're wrapped up in trying to change your thoughts. You're wrapped up in trying to have a perfect mental diet. You're wrapped up in trying to feel good. You're wrapped up in trying to ignore these circumstances. That's all continuing to put attention on all of that. You just want to come back to source and declare who you are. I am fulfilled in spite of these circumstances. These circumstances, these thoughts, they don't decide who I am is, only I am does. And you have that freedom of choice in every now moment, right? That's it. It's as simple as that. You're choosing who you are in the now moment, irrespective of what is happening in the 3D reflection. You still choose. You're still choosing. You're not allowing the reflection to choose who I am is. You have to break that cycle, right? Okay. I think that's everything I wanted to say. Oh, no, that's not. I did take notes a little bit today. Ask and it shall be given, right? That's the statement. That's from the Bible. Ask and it shall be given. It's not ask and then ruminate over your thoughts and try to flip them and try to worry and try to change circumstances and then it'll be given. It's not ask and then affirm all day long and then it will be given. It's not ask and script for an hour a day. It's not ask and visualize every night. It's not ask and try to change the circumstances. It's not ask and watch a bunch of videos. It's ask and it shall be given, right? And how do you ask? You declare I am. That's it. That's all you have to do. And what happens is we ask or we declare or we put in our order, however you want to word it. We have the desire, we try to hold the assumption, and then we start getting distracted with this reflection and we think, oh no, it's not going to be given because I'm having negative thoughts. It's not going to be given because these circumstances are so impossible. How am I going to change them? It's not going to be given because I don't feel good. I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling uncomfortable. And while I don't want anyone to feel bad and have be naturally drawn to thinking negative thoughts, I also know that trying to change those things is just going to perpetuate them because you're resisting it. You don't become one who has better thoughts by punishing yourself or reinforcing that there's something wrong with you for having negative thoughts. Okay? Do you guys hear that? You don't become one who naturally walks around feeling good about their life by telling yourself there's something wrong with the way you're feeling about your life, right? So it's about accepting, it's about allow those feelings to be there, allow those thoughts to be there, but then, don't allow them to determine who I am is. That's all it is. It's this can be here, this can exist. I can feel sad, I can cry, I can feel remorse or grief or regret or frustration or anger. I can feel all these things. And then I can still come back to the awareness of who I am, right? Ask and it shall be given. That's been your experience your whole life. In all of your existence, that has always been how it works. You're asking and it's being given. Now it's all by you. It's not there's no outer source. But, how do you ask? I am. That's how you ask. And that's it. That's as far as it has to go. All right. So there we go. There's my video for today. I will see you guys next time.